That's right, ladies and gentlemen, traction control is turned off. ESP, aka traction control. The reason I turned that off is because there is enough snow and ice and just stuff that makes you slip around if you're on the accelerator enough to cut the power, and we definitely don't want to be cutting the power in the Jeep. We want to be flying around the turns and pretty much going as quickly as possible to every single destination. But all kidding aside, welcome to another video, guys. So I've been really on almost like a high for doing more videos and being kind of excited and having things to talk about, and here we are yet again in the Jeep. And I think the first thing I'm going to say, pretty much I've turned this into a Jeep channel. I know that there's a bunch of other channels that have several different cars where they sort of alternate, like the wintertime is sort of like the SUV truck style. Like I watch Street Speed 717 all the time, and he has his Duramax that he drives in the wintertime, obviously, and then he has his like Corvette and all the other stuff that he drives when it's nice out. So it's kind of the same concept for me to an extent, except I've never really had a Jeep following of people at all. But now I'm realizing that right now, on my last video I asked, what do you guys want to see? I happened to be in the Jeep that day, of course, because it was recently. A lot of people said Jeep stuff. You know, there was a lot of M3 stuff, which made me confident that a lot of those guys are still there. And if you are watching right now, if you're an M3 or German car enthusiast of any sort, don't worry, it will be in the works as much as possible, just like it has been in the past. By the way, do you guys like my new sunglasses? Finally decided on something different. I kind of wanted the classic tortoiseshell or just the black ones, but these ones were sweet, and my buddy Ted, I think, has the same one, so sorry buddy, I had to copy you. So the point of today's video is talking about the Jeep, the truck, the SUV, the winter vehicle, the daily, the whatever you want to call it. Ideally would be a new Ford Raptor. And to be honest with you guys, the chance of actually getting that anytime soon is obscenely low. And the reason for that is just because, you know, I can't afford it. It's just an expensive truck, and I don't want to have 2 car payments. If I really wanted to make something like that happen, I guess maybe I could, but it would just be stupid, to be honest with you guys. The point of today's video is kind of to tell you that ideally I would want a Ford Raptor, and I was for a little while, and I had a couple problems with the Jeep back, you know, 6-9 months ago or so, and it sort of makes you think, God, I just want to sell this car, or man, I hate this car, I want something different, or whatever, I want something bigger. And I do want something bigger. This Jeep, actually, I've really been beating the piss out of it, to be honest with you guys. It's been making all kinds of noises, and I think there's like frozen stuff in the steering column because I've been going through snowbanks and stuff. And I had a couple engine lights and then they went off. I think it's because it gets wet. I don't know, stuff like that. You're probably freaking out if you're a mature adult. Obviously I'm very immature, but I just can't help myself. It's the only way for me to get through the winter time. So a first gen would be sweet. The only thing is to be able to afford that, you know, to be under 30 grand for a second vehicle. I mean, that's still a lot of money. And also the first gens are still like, you know, 25-30 grand for, you know, 100,000 miles. It's just, they're so overbuilt, and it would still be a great truck. It's just so many miles, you know. I guess it's sort of like on one hand and then the other hand. So that would be my next choice. An alternative would maybe be like another WK, but either the Hemi, which kind of sucks because the maintenance on those is not that great. I know it has like 16 spark plugs instead of 8, and a few other like electrical things that can go wrong, which the 4.7 liter has random shit too, just like any other Chrysler product. But I think the Hemi or the SRT would be awesome because those have come down. If I got an SRT WK, ideally I'd want like a WK2, the newest gen, but those are just too expensive, and even with a lot of miles, they're super expensive. Looks like a little Civic broke down, peeps. Oh, can you hear that? Yeah, it's that weird power steering noise, and I don't know what it is, and it's not that light. That's for the traction. So as you guys can see, there's a cop down there, and what really sucks is my plan for today's video was to crash through these different snowbanks, which I've already done, as you can see down there, but unfortunately there has to be police on site, and they have to ruin the fun. So unfortunately I have very little content, although I will have to insert a clip of me doing crazy donuts, which was 10 seconds. I ended doing donuts, I grabbed my phone. It is on my phone because I didn't have my camera, but I just had to film it. 10 seconds, I grabbed my phone, I got back in the Jeep, and that police officer drove up this little ramp here, and I don't think anyone was called because I was here for like 2 minutes, and I've seen him sit here before. Do you hear that? Just like when I turn the wheel, it's so annoying. But we're gonna go over this little thing right here, and super fun. I want you guys to listen. This is definitely power steering. Ready? What do you think about a Jeep replacement? This isn't gonna be like anything immediate, but it's something fun to talk about. Oh, this could be a fun road to go down. All right, you'll never guess what I just did. It's just pulled into a little area, construction site. Oh, wearing really great snowshoes, by the way. Impromptu shit over here. Oh, that's gonna be a sweet picture. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, you can see, guys, honestly. Actually, let me take a picture first. All right, shit's getting real. I'm gonna try to climb this rock pile. Oh. Sweet. Look at that. Definitely not supposed to be here. And guys, by the way, Chick-fil-A, please open on Sundays. Look at that. This is gonna be very difficult. I think that's it. All right, everybody, that is what you call an impromptu photo session of the Jeep. It's such a great looking vehicle. I know it's actually, to be honest with you guys, most people don't believe that it's 13 years old. They're like, wow, you know, because, you know, the paint is in good shape and it has like nicer tires and stuff like that. So it's definitely, the few mods, like the little mods that I've done, has definitely helped keep it from aging too much, in my opinion. I mean, maybe you can argue against it. It looks like a piece of junk or whatever you want to say. It has aged pretty well, which is part of the reason why I liked it, is it didn't really look like super old. What do you guys think of the sort of the suggestions that I made, sort of a Gen 2 Raptor? I know that a lot of the Jeep guys are gonna say, yeah, go for the Hemi, WK, or go for the SRT, and the SRT would be pretty sweet. The only thing is I wouldn't really like lift it or anything, just because it's a performance vehicle. And I probably will do another video kind of on like the next mods I want to do, or the next mods you guys think I should do. I do have a 2-inch lift, and I do have bigger 32-inch tires on here with the stock wheels. I would like to get some aftermarket wheels or wheels and tires, honestly, like online, like a set that's already mounted would be really sweet. That way I don't have to buy like brand new tires if I were to do that. But as the winter time slowly ends, which will still be a few months, I'll probably forget about what I want to do the Jeep, and I'll be driving the M3, so there is always that. And if you guys are interested in me going on and on about what plans I have or what plans I want to make, and I do really appreciate the feedback and the comments. Once again, thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like the video. As I've mentioned in the past, it has made a difference. The likes and the comments right when the video comes out, I'm pretty sure that is kind of what we're working with as far as analytics and how important they are nowadays with YouTube. So YouTube has been very hard to deal with lately. My revenue's down and views are down. Part of that could be because of the winter time and the Jeeps and just whatever. It could just be me, which is fine. But I have a few other guys that make YouTube videos as well, my buddies, that have kind of been experiencing the same thing. And the big channels have as well, so that kind of tells you that a few things are definitely tweaked there. So once again, thanks guys so much for watching. I do appreciate the support. I'm trying to grow the channel, I'm trying to do fun stuff, and stick around for the next video.